Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to talk about this. Okay, I gotta start off by saying to everybody, please, please don't buy The Last of Us remake on PS5 or PS4. Just don't do it. Don't give Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann the money. They're already millionaires. They've already made a huge profit off of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us 2. They're going to make a lot of money off the HBO series that's coming out. The Last of Us. I hate to talk bad about The Last of Us because The Last of Us is a great game. It's almost a perfect game. It's a brilliant game with great characters. I love The Last of Us. It's in my top 20 favorite games of all time. It's such a good game, and I remember playing it on the PS3 and just loving it, and then I even got the remastered on the PS4. But the fact that Naughty Dog wants us to pay full price for the same game a third time is just asinine. They want us to spend, well, here in Canada, The Last of Us Remake is $79.99. That's $80. $80 fucking dollars on a game that we've already played twice. The same game twice. On the PS3 and the PS4 remastered. And now the remake that's on the PS4 and the PS5, which is the same game, same characters, same story, same dialogue, just better visuals. It's the same game. They want you to pay $80 for this. Why? Like, the game is still relatively a new game. I know it's not like 20, it's not like Last of Us 2 new, but it's pretty newish. Like, this is not like a 90s or 80s video game that they remade. The Last of Us, the first one, still looks fantastic. I even got my wife Lindsay to play the first Last of Us game because she wanted to experience it, and it looks fantastic. I'm talking about the PS4 remastered. It looks amazing, and there's nothing wrong with it. Gameplay's fantastic. The story's great. The writing's great. It's a great game. Why did they just make the same game but just more visually better? And I'll tell you why. It's money. This entire game is just made not for the fans. It's not made for the fans. It is made to make the studio more money. They know we love The Last of Us, and they know people will spend full price for the same game. And I'm asking all of you to not do that. And I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. I'm not trying to dictate to you guys. I'm just saying what the studio is doing. They don't care about the fans. They don't. They're literally just making the same game and putting a full price sticker on it just to get money out of us. It's all about the money. That's it. It's just about the money. They don't give a fuck about anything else. And the funny thing is there's an HBO show coming out next year, and it's, again, going to be the same story. But I'm curious. We're all curious. Of course, we're all curious about that. That's something different. But this game, okay, this all started because a buddy of mine, he bought the game on his PS5. I was over at his house the other day, and he was playing it. And I'm like, oh, you're playing The Last of Us? He says, yeah, this is the remake. And I'm like, oh, okay, it looks nice, but it's the same game. Like, I watched for an hour. It was the same game. It's the same game. And so I asked him for the controller. I'm like, can I play for a little bit? And I played for almost an hour and a half. The mechanics, the tools, the guns, the story, the writing, everything is the same. It's the same game. It's not different. It's not a different game. And if the studio promised that, they lied to all of us. It's the same fucking game with better visuals. And I think the better visuals ruin the game. I think it makes the game look too bright and too vibrant, and it looks too glossy. I liked that The Last of Us was a little more darker with its lighting. It built more of this grittier feel. The game doesn't feel as grittier or as... it doesn't feel as dark. Like, yes, the game's a little more bloodier, but it's, like, still more colorful, and I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. It kind of shifted the tone a bit, and I didn't like that. And yes, Ellie looks like she does in The Last of Us 2. I'm like, okay, I don't care. We didn't play The Last of Us for its visuals. We played The Last of Us because of its good story, its good characters, the writing, and of course the really killer shooter gameplay. All of that's the same though. The story, the writing, the gameplay itself is all the same. You are literally paying full price for the visuals. That is not that's not worth paying full price for. And like I said, if this was a remake of like a classic arcade game, or like even like what they did with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, that's a huge difference. Huge difference. Shit, like you want to see a proper remake? The Final Fantasy VII remake. That's a remake of a game from 1997. And they changed the story too. Like they made it visually better, but they changed the story. I'm not gonna say they changed the story for the better, but they did something different, and it was quite genius. Because now that because they changed it, we want to play the sequel to the Final Fantasy VII remake because we don't know where the story's going. We're intrigued now. That's how you're supposed to do it. But no, The Last of Us is just like, we'll just do the story again and again and again, and the fans will just pay the price for it because they'll do it because they love The Last of Us. And I'm like, people shouldn't fall for this shit. This is like a complete marketing scheme, what they're doing. And I think it's bullshit. Even my buddy, we had a conversation after me and him played for a few hours. He even said, he's like, I don't know why I bought this game. It's the same game. And he has 2 copies of it. He has the PS3 version and he has the PS4 remastered. He has 3 physical copies of The Last of Us. And he's like, I kind of look ridiculous now. I'm like, yeah, you kind of do. But like, you're a mistake. But like, again, this is someone who spent full price on the game because he thought there would be something different. They would put something different in the game or something. They do nothing different. It is all for the visuals. And I know this game promises you different things. It's a bullshit. It's bullshit. This game is just the same fucking game. I think this is just robbery of people's money. And I think Naughty Dog really needs to get their shit together because I like a lot of Naughty Dog games. I'm like, can't they just make new fucking stories? Stop giving us The Last of Us. We're gonna go in and the fact that we're seeing the story again on the HBO series that comes out next year. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see the story all over again. We played the game 3 times, and now we're gonna see the show. Like, I think it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm making this video to warn people not to spend their money on that. Save your money for God of War or something. Like, there's other games out there that are completely different stories, and they're their own thing. So buy, like, unique games. Go buy Elden Ring. It's a kick-ass game. Or just, save up for God of War or something. But, like, yeah, The Last of Us is not worth your money. Not at all. Just go play the remastered version on the PS4 or something. Like, the game is already fantastic. This remake does nothing for it. It is a complete waste of time. And like I'll say it a million times, it's only made to get you to pay full price. They just want your money. Fuck you, Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog. For Christ's sakes, give us something good. Give us something original. There you go. I had to put my 2 cents in. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.